I have been away from the computer for a bit, so getting back into it now. It's full of cold, and that is hubby's fault. He had a colleague on the bus who was unwell, and then he had a customer who had laryngitis, and he was, because they're mainly old people, so he was helping her on and off the bus. He came home on Friday and said, I don't feel good. Anyway, he's spent most of the weekend sleeping, and he was dosing himself up with Lemsip and paracetamol and taking hot baths and you name it. And then by Monday he felt a bit better, so he's at work, still coughing badly and still taking lots of paracetamols. But the rotter has started giving it to me. So here I am, pretty much full of the cold. My eyes hurt. My head is full of headache, which paracetamols are not getting rid of. And yeah, I told him this is not what I signed up for. So just keep your stupid germs to yourself. But you keep on going, don't you? Yesterday, I was on reception down at church, and it was an interesting morning. We had the administrator was in, the youth ministry director was in. We have the bunch of Ukrainian ladies who come in for their conversational lessons. And then a lady knocked on the door and came in and said, can I please use your bathroom? I'm going for an interview and I'm so nervous. And so we said, yes, of course. And then she had time before she left and we were talking to her. Turns out she's a Christian from another Baptist church about, 15 minutes, 20 minutes drive away from our town. So we had a lovely conversation. Before she went for her interview, we prayed over her. And then she popped back in on her way back to her car to tell us how it went and everything. We gave her a copy of the church magazine thing, which comes out once every 2 months. Yeah, that was pretty good. And then, of course, I came home and felt absolutely dreadful, so more paracetamols. Even my ears are hurting. Oh, when will I ever be healthy? And I slept. Not quite what you should be doing on a Monday morning. Monday afternoon even. But never mind. Saturday I went over to a older lady's house. She comes to the friendship lunch and I go there and I host a table for them. And she was saying that the lady who cleans her flat has been really poorly with the same sort of thing that I've had with the chest infection, and she can't breathe and she and that she has carers go in twice a day, so they've been hoovering and chasing some dust around, But she hadn't had her bed changed in 3 weeks. So I said, well, okay, do you have clean bed linen at your place? And she's like, no, I don't, because she took it away to wash it and iron it. Who irons bed linen? But so I said, okay, I'll be there at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. And I took a sheet, duvet cover, a couple of pillowcases. And yes, I changed the bed for her and she was very happy about that. And then she said, you like gardening, don't you? I said, well, yeah. Thinking she doesn't have a garden. But it turns out there's a big, you go into this building and you follow around for her floor, which is ground floor. You follow the corridor around and the flats are all on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, there's windows and windowsills, which they can put plants, whatever, on. And there's a door which goes out into like a courtyard. I think that's the best way to describe it, in the middle, which has got a huge flower bed, and it's divided up so everybody has a part of the flower bed, which is theirs. And she was like, it really needs weeding, and I can't remember what the plant was called. I need those moved to the front, and I need them taken out, and the baskets need emptying, and da-da-da. I said, right, if it's not raining on Saturday, as in Saturday coming, then I will go and do some work on that, and hopefully hubby will go along too. And I said, well, what are you going to do with these lovely geraniums? And she said, oh, I'm going to throw them. I said, no. I said, I'll bring a box, but put the plants in there, and then I can repot them up into various pots that I have at home here. So I've got a feeling that my bedroom windowsill, it's got a nice big wide windowsill. So I think that will become full of geraniums, which would be lovely. And if I can keep them going over the winter, then there'll be geraniums for next year. She can have them back if she wants for next year. So that's a good thing. My car, let me see. Yeah, it's still there. Doofus woman moment. My car was being taken for the MOT this morning, and the mechanic I used was coming to get the car. He would leave his car here and take it off. And I said to hubby, I think I'll give him the spare key, then I've still got the key to flatten everything. I shouldn't have been so lazy. I should have just taken my key off the key ring and given it to him, because the spare key didn't have the microchip or something set up. So yeah, he got into the car fine. It wouldn't start. So we gave him the actual key that I've been using, but because the car, in its tiny little brain, has decided it is being stolen, it won't start. So Will has gone away, and he said, I'm going to get on with other jobs. I will be back, and we'll try and reset these keys and and then take it off of the MOT. And in the meantime, I am totally carless. And feeling rather stupid. If I had known, what is the point of having a spare key if it's going to mess your car up and make it think it's being stolen? Okay, men, answer that one for me. I don't know. I can put petrol in the car. I can put screen wash in. I can do the radiator with the antifreeze. I can check the oil. I can't do tyres. I can't check the tyre pressures. I have not a clue. And I have not a clue why the spare key did that this morning. But never mind. It will work out, I hope. So that's that. Knitting group is Thursday, and that's doing well. There's a pattern I want to start working on. It is for, the Ferrero Rocher chocolates. So this is quite a tiny thing, but it's actually a Christmas pudding. You have the white for the brown for the Christmas pudding. Then there's white on top of it, I suppose for snow. And then you do a little red bit, and that's for the berry. And then you shove your chocolate inside. And I had this great idea that I'm going to knit a lot of them, and then we can sell them at Christmas for the missionaries that we support at church. And the other thing from church, the administrator came up and she was talking to the person that was with me. Well, just talking to both of us, and she just looked at me and she was saying about how because of the passing of our friend, we're going to need a new secretary at church. We're going to need a new deacon at church / deaconess. They can't do this, they can't do that, because she's got the passcodes, and it's going to, if she tried to change the passwords, it's going to be sent to her phone, so they've got to talk. Oh. And both of them just turned around and looked at me and said, "Be prepared." I said, "What for?" "Oh, you'll be doing more." And I thought, well, yeah, you just see what happens. There's lots of women and men in the church who do very well as deacons, and we'll see what happens. I'm not doing things at church to get that position. If God wants me to take a position up like that, then, and that's secretary or deacon or whatever, then I'd have a go. But it's not something that I'm going to be, "Oh, I'm not a deacon, or I'm not the secretary." I'm not. It's not like that at all. I don't mind. Yeah, it's pretty much all that's been going on. Been trying to find myself a coat in the shops. Well, it needs to have a hood and it needs to be waterproof. That's why I need a new coat. So there was, I did feel a fool. My husband was with me. He said, "Well, try this one on." And it was a nice coat. Zip, pockets, hood. Wonderful. I didn't realise I was such a short person. I put it on and it was on the ground. It was so low. And I said, "That's not going to work out. I'm so short." So that coat was put back. We tried another one on, which was more of a jacket. And I was like, well, if I'm walking around, my backside's going to get wet. So that one was put back. And I guess we'll find a coat eventually, but because I was, well, last year, no, it wasn't. It was this year, back in February. I fell when I was at work and managed to break 2 ribs, dislocate my shoulder, and break my shoulder. If I'm going to do something, I do a good job of it. And where was I going with this? Why did I tell you that? Coat. Oh, yes, I know. So after that, they said you've got to have a scan and various blood tests and that to make sure you haven't got osteoporosis, because if you've got osteoporosis, then your bones are more likely to break. I said, okay. So I had all this test done and it came back saying that, yes, I have osteoporosis. But when I was there having the scan, the lady said they measure you and everything. And she said, "Well, how tall do you think you are?" And I was so confident. I said, "I'm 5'5.5". Also like putting myself up to my full height. And she said, "I hate to tell you this, you're not." Said, "You're just on 5'3". So 2.5 inches I've shrunk. Oh, but hey, whatever. And yeah, so I'm getting shorter, having difficulty finding a coat, full of cold again. and just taking each day as it comes. I've had a feeling for a long time now that I should go to Bible school. And I was looking up different school Bible colleges and that, and I was like, I can't afford to go. And you have to go so far away, and I was like, ugh. So I don't know quite if this is a well-recognised school or not. But I found one which is free, and at the end of it you do get a certificate to say you have a bachelor's. This was arts. Bachelor's of... I'm going to say arts because I don't know. Bachelor of Arts in Theological Studies or something. And I thought, well, you know what, I'll try it. So I've been listening to the videos, doing the quizzes, and I'm up now to lesson 10. So I'm finding it very interesting. It's American, but of course you can understand them, so it's all right. And hubby just says, well, if that's what makes you happy. And I'm like, well, might be good for me. So I'm doing more Bible study and that. I had to get myself a King James Bible. I've been using the NIV, and then the one that I use for church is the New English version. And I love it because it has really big margins at the sides, and it's not 2 columns in each page. So you can take notes or make notes while the sermon's going on or whatever. So I love that Bible, but you need a King James. And I thought, well, I could download one, but I bought one because it wasn't mega expensive. So I now have a King James. So that's interesting. And you know what? I don't think there's much else to talk about. I'm just having a look. No, the car is still there. He hasn't turned up yet. He's kept the keys. He said he's got to get wires to reset the microchips in the car, in the keys, so that you can take the car away. But that's not gone yet. And I'm going to be doing some housework. I've yet again got some ironing to do. And yeah, I'm just going to have a potter, keep up with the paracetamols. Oh dear. And then what else am I going to... And tea, chamomile tea. Love chamomile tea. But then green tea's good, and I've got ginger and lemon as well, so I've got plenty to take to try and keep myself hydrated and comfortable, I suppose. I don't know. So anyway, that's about it. I don't think there was much else to tell you about. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I might even have a go at doing some more of that diamond art. I have my doubts as to whether it be finished for Christmas for him. So if it's not, then it can be his Valentine's present. Grief. I'm so behind on that, but never mind. Yeah, it's all very calm, and we go from day to day and wonder where the weeks have gone, you know, but we have a good time together, me and him. And yeah, it's all fine. Right, look at my glasses. They've got a bit lighter. I think the sun went in. This is a good... This is a good spot to sit for light. But, yeah. And it's handy because I've got a thing here to put the tablet on. So it's a good thing. So anyway, that's about it. As usual, I hope you're well. I hope none of you have got this stinking cold. It's a good job that I can't pass anything on through this, video screen. And look after yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And again, I'm going to say, if anyone's got any ideas what you want me to talk about, well, let me know. I mean, I'm open to anything sort of about my Christian walk, my work that I used to do. Ask me questions. Otherwise, it's a very, very boring video. Okay, my loves. That wasn't very clear. Okay, my darlings, I'll see you very soon, okay? Take care. Bye for now.